Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we have a perfect day for football. The roof is open, in fact, here at Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And how about that defense last week? They pitched a shutout, and it's really more like a no-hitter because they absolutely dominated that game from the opening whistle.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Funches has it complete. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. It's probably Probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, here's Cousins. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
For the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And running with power here. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb. Stephon Diggs, a crafty, mature route runner who can go the distance.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check me out. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check.
To throw is Cousins. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
56.
3rd and long for Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Here's Ryan. He goes right back the way of Hilton. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Marlon Mack. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Anthony Barr in on the tackle. From the 17, Ryan. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Ryan now off the bootleg. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now Ryan. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Right now in the second quarter on the defensive side, they got to feel pretty good about what they're doing.
They should embrace the feeling they have now, embrace the way that they're playing, and continue that through the half. I know defensive coordinators, sometimes they overthink it, start wondering how they're going to be attacked. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
Those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Shoves him aside. And after the broken tackle, couldn't get free for much space. Taken down right at the 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead. To the end of the first half of play. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have the show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Dontrell Inman, a touchdown reception.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
From there, it's up to New Era Field in Orchard Park to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten.
Let's go. Let's do it.
First on offense as we begin the third. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Colts pick it up, and they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So many times, tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers a week ago to Tennessee, but they're on top right now as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Colts to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Ryan complete to Hilton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The tackle made by Eric Murray. On 2nd and 7, Ryan, he's got it to Hilton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
On the ground, it's Mack. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go!
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
You think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches have given him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Cousins on target to Diggs, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They run it again with Cook. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Throwing, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. And the catch made by Hilton. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run by Mack. Room here to run. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Cousins. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 45-yard line. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
50. Right there, 56. All day, dog.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. It's caught by Funchess. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing is Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run for it with Cook. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home.
Come on, fellas.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Indianapolis, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get another home.
Squad like